As I discussed in my previous video, there are many motivations and desires that we have to wake up, to imagine, to want to experience something, and that all involves desire and passion to act and live, because our spirit without desire to live does not make our heart beat. Our heart and our organs work because of the desire to live. There are two types of desire or motivation, and these two types of motivation will determine how far you go in fulfilling your desires and how far you go in living the life that you truly want to live and that is truly fulfilling for you, and can be a good and clear example for people to see how someone is able to accomplish their dreams or not. The first type of motivation is the internal motivation, right? You have your internal motivation, which means you have the will to live. Why do you have the will to live? Because there are desires that you want to experience, there are desires that you are wanting to fulfill, and there are things that you want to accomplish. So you have a internal motivation to work for your dreams and to dream big about things that you internally came to the conclusion that you want and that you want to fulfill and that you want to achieve. So you have the internal motivation to get out of bed because you yourself told yourself to wake up and do the things that you want to do. The second type of motivation is external motivation. As suggested by the name, external motivation is searched or is found outside of the individual. So the main motivation is internal motivation, meaning that we have the ability, all of us have the ability, and we do it every day. Some on a bigger scale, others on a lesser scale, have an internal motivation to wake up and do certain things that we want to do and that we want to achieve, even if the world outside not always supports it, for instance, right? If you are on the process of changing certain things, environments and things like that, there will be a period of time where you need to adapt to, and you need to wait for the environment to reflect your internal state, right? So, as suggested, the internal motivation is based on your internal decisions and your internal causalities, your internal principles and what you want to achieve in life. And the external motivation means that you are waiting for people and the world to be the causality of your motivation, of your actions, and of your choices. Meaning that a person with more external motivations than internal is looking outside of themselves to justify their actions and to justify whatever they go for. So, for instance, for wearing, they will be going for the, what is the fashion trend right now? What is the school right now? Or if it's not cool, I will not wear it. What is the new thing to do right now, and where are the tourist places that I should go this year, and what are my parents telling me to do, like should I go to this college or this one, and people are telling you this, and you are deciding based on whatever people around you are telling you, instead of you taking in consideration mainly your internal motivation. you take in consideration the external motivators, meaning that you are seeing the external world as the causality and the internal world and yourself as the product of that external reality. And the world will reflect that. Many of the things that will happen around you will reflect that state of mind that involves someone basing their motivation more on the external side rather than the internal. The external reality will reflect that and will show that yes, you are affected by the external realm, because that's exactly what you are letting, I'm sorry if I'm telling you, I'm just bringing the example of a person that is taking more of external motivations rather than internal motivations, is that they will be taking more into consideration and giving more power to the external world rather than themselves. So they will experiences that will justify them being the victim of the external world, them being a ball pushed around by the world, and it will be true in their reality because they are giving their power away to the reality to throw them around. Okay, they are not taking accountability for their own desires and motivations. So they will not wake up. It can come to a point where they only wake up or they only get out of bed because they have an agreement with someone or because somebody told them to. They have to go here because of this person and things like that. And majority of their lives might be influenced by how the external world motivates them to do certain things. So if the world doesn't tell them to do anything, they will not do anything. So that's how you see a lot of people just sitting on the couch, watching TV. You see those people never really evolve and they stay in a pattern where they never create something for themselves or they never really bring a external, they are never bringing an internal motivation to their life. And their real, like the majority of times their internal motivation is to, watch TV because their world is that small. And so you want to cultivate your internal motivation to bring out purpose in your life and to create and to discover purpose in your life. I heard this phrase which was very, very interesting and it stuck to me, which is the meaning of life is to give life meaning. And it is very true, a person without their internal motivation will not find meaning in life and will not find the deeper truths in their reality and of their being because they haven't yet went deeper enough into themselves and to their internal motivations to really discover what do they really desire. So majority of times people that depend a lot on external motivations will be always looking around for what others tell them to say, tell them to do, show them how to do certain things, and if they don't show nothing, they will not do anything, and not dig deep enough into themselves, into their own desires, into their own spirituality to discover what is it that they internally are motivated by to create and to do. Besides eat, sleep, drink, fuck, and watch TV. So internal motivation truly is the key to personal development. It is a key for personal realization and fulfillment because you may be presented with so many things from the outside world, but if you internally don't have that motivation to learn and to see what is it in front of you and the various opportunities that are in your surroundings, you will not see them and you will only perceive that which you want to perceive, which in the case of a person that is externally motivated is not very much, it's not very wide, it's quite narrow. So there may be a lot of opportunities around, but because they have a low perception of their internal motivations, they don't have many internal motivations discovered, their perception and their awareness of their reality is not that big, so their life will not be that expanded as a person that is constantly driven by their own internal motivations. So that is the major difference, and I wish and I trust that you are practicing, because if you are here in this channel, I trust that you are on your personal journey of self-discovery, of internal motivation, discovering what you truly desire, creating the life that you truly desire, and imagining scenarios that truly benefit you and those around you, instead of damaging and putting yourself and others down. I trust that this was helpful for you, or somewhat of valuable, interesting. Let me know in the comments what you think about this topic down below. Internal motivation versus external motivation, and that you continue developing yourself, your spirituality, and really reflecting and eliminating doubts and identifications with things, appearances, beliefs that do not benefit you and your own desires, your own ideal imagination and ideal reality of where you want to be, how you want to exist, and how you want to live and be alive in this world, as well as in your own being. So I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think about this, and I will see you all very soon. Bye bye.